Welcome back in on the National Soccer Network, episode 227. Joining us here on Inside the Game, Alex Lubyansky, GM and coach at Detroit Metro FC. Excited to get the opportunity to talk to you. Welcome on, Coach.
So pumped to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we've obviously talked a lot about what you got going on over there and player development. That's a big topic on our show, especially talking about the youth side here in the United States. But we appreciate you taking the time. Just wanted to start off with a question about some of the things you guys got going on over there at Detroit Metro, and maybe for people who haven't heard about the club, if maybe a few lines of what they should know about you and what you guys do.
Yeah. Happy to talk about our club. It's a young club. On the field, we've only played for one full cycle. That's a fall and a spring season in the UPSL. That said, it's an organization that is many years in the making, and a lot of work has been done strategically behind the scenes for many years before the club launched. So we were very intentional with the release of programming, the release of our information. So the heart of the club was announced early on, and the recent release is something that we have planned for a very long time and are absolutely stoked to roll out, albeit that the recent release really only applies to maybe 0 players, maybe 1. So, that's the topic that I'd love to dive into today, but our whole deal is free soccer. We don't charge anybody. We have never charged anybody, and we never will charge anybody. So pay to play is fantastic. We love it. It's a great model. It's just not ours. And our goal is to create something brand new that truly is based on merit, and everything at this club is earned. And this new rollout is a proper, professionally run amateur side of the club. And there's so much confusion always between, development, pre-pro, pro, amateur, and it's very important that we define these things incredibly well. We are an amateur club that does have NIL players, but we do not have any pros. We have former pros and aspiring pros. And I want to paint it very accurately for everybody.
Yeah.
So, Alex, I was, watching your tryout series on Instagram, the Instagram Reels, which 9-part series. If you guys have never watched it, make sure you head watch it, because I really, really enjoyed it. But you talked about it in some of those that you just kind of mentioned: honesty, merit, club not for sale, free tryouts. Let your football do your talking, which our European fans will like that I said football instead of soccer. They don't typically like us calling it soccer. But tell me, what was kind of the thought process to start that tryout series for your club, Detroit Metro?
Well, my entire life I've spent inside of 2 realms, the law and soccer, or football. I'm Ukrainian. I was born in Ukraine. So in the U.S., I've been part of soccer my entire life. I love it. Nothing makes me happier, nothing electrifies me more than helping be part of the growth of the sport in the U.S. So the tryout series is really, it's not just the way that Detroit Metro runs tryouts. Much like everything that we are putting out there, we want it to be copied, bettered, stolen, whatever you want to call it. It's just flattery to us. So rather than keep our standard operating procedures to ourselves, we're building in public. We are telling our story responsibly, without getting into the traps of a lot of organizations that are really ego driven and more, based around looking cool. We know we're very small. We're a UPSL club. It's a men's team. We know exactly what we are and what we are not. So the tryout series, we hope, inspires other organizations to take a real hard look at and take it seriously, because, when there's a barrier to entry from money, it should be for a specific purpose. For example, a professional club, if it really gives tryouts to anybody and everybody, that's a problem. I've been a professional head coach, and you're going to get 10,000 people that show up, and a lot of them are nowhere near qualified. And I'm very honest about that. Where we are, we want people to come, but this year we wanted to get really surgical. Year 1 was about forming. Year 2 is about performing. So I don't want 500 people like we did have last year. I want 50, And I am not reviewing a single video. I am not looking at a single resume. I don't care who your youth coach was. I don't want your mom contacting me. I don't want you contacting me. I have a billable hour. I'm an attorney. I do not have time or energy for anything other than this is our tryout, and you believe in yourself, come to our tryout. And that's why it's free. We're not asking you to pay. We're asking you to know that if you come, you will be told to leave within 30 seconds if you can't touch a ball. And maybe I'm rubbing some people the wrong way. That's kind of the intent, to be fair, because a true tryout should be about a proper assessment of talent in the moment and nothing else. I've been part of those as a player, and my goal is that more organizations run them that way as opposed to running them as a fundraiser, which is what I see way too often.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, how much does, I mean, I guess that is the part of it, right? That can kind of get messy is the politics that are played.
Yeah.
I played for this coach, or I was here before, and so you get preferential treatment because of that. So I like that vision. That the only thing that I can see right now is what I see in front of me. So I do think that's something that's very refreshing. From the perspective of providing fully funded pathways, because I did want to dive into that a little bit, and I think that's a really interesting topic. Do you feel as if sometimes maybe some of the best talent or the most promising talent in the United States is left on the chopping block because of financial struggles or hurdles in which they have to get over to play this game?
Yes, I do. So let me sort of speak 30,000 foot view and take it away from soccer as well, because for example, I watched the movie King Richard with Will Smith, amazing actor. And you look at how did Venus and Serena really get the opportunity to get down there and play. It's a tremendous amount of work by the father to create the opportunity. But there's a great scene in the movie where, the coach of that academy points to a clearly inferior class of tennis player and goes, really, you got to have some chum to fund the Venus and Serena of the world. So there's two parts to that question. One part is opportunity. And in Detroit, where we are located, we are creating that opportunity because, candidly, there is absolutely no actual MLS club in Detroit. It's a 4-hour drive. Yep. So in the US, when you look at what is actually properly fully funded, it's MLS academies, and only very recently, by the way. And if they're fully funded, now let's say you do have the one kid who's 14, who's by far proper professional ready.
Yeah.
I know what I would do with my kids, which is I'd say, son, I love you. I don't want you to leave. I want you to keep going to school. I want you to keep being under our roof, developing under our moral compass until you're ready. And the kid might fight it, and that's fine. And maybe the kid wins the fight. I don't know. I can't project 6 years into the future of what that goes like. But I do know that there is no other option than to say yes right now. And we want to create that other option. So that's what we've done.
Alex, how do you find these players to give these fully funded youth pathways? Are they through your team, or are you trying to just scouting them?
It's an excellent question. So we have an incredible technical staff, very passionate. And the way we're finding it is, you saw step one yesterday. We put out a message to the world, and I've gotten more negative responses than positive, and that's absolutely correct, because once again, this is not for everybody. So if the response is, hey, I'm offended because XYZ, well, you saw the message, and that's great. I don't mind. I'll have an open conversation with anybody. Positive would be, hey, my kid got an offer to go to Inter Miami. My kid is 15. My kid is a center midfielder. My kid is physically adept to play the game at an actual level, and we don't want them to go. Are you willing to take time out of your day to talk to my kid? I'm waiting for that, and I might not get that call. If I get it, I will take the time. If I don't get it, at least I've started the conversation. So that's one, is just putting it out there. Two, yes, we have technical staff that does go out and scout. Now, here comes the challenging part, because I'm very, very able to anticipate what's going to happen next. We'll have a conversation because there are MLS academies, MLS Next academies in our market, a handful, and then a handful that really kind of, in a false way, make it sound like they have it, and they don't. And when that happens, the best players right now have no other choice. So they're playing there. And we do have scouts. Now, our intent, I will be very, very, very clear, is not to go and discourage those players from doing pay-to-play soccer. So I
Yeah.
know there's going to be hesitation, negativity, fear, all of those things. Oh, they're going to go and poach our players. Well, here's the deal. We're never charging anybody anything. We'll never go pay to play. We have no interest in pay to play. So no, we won't. And perhaps the solution would be stay where you are and we will add to what you're already doing. But that would require the club to have an open and honest conversation with us. And we're
Yep.
down for that. We've had it with one of the proper clubs. The other ones, we just haven't had the conversation yet. And I'm open to it today. I'm wide open to the conversation.
And going back on your transparency with players and with parents and with anybody, is how prevalent in your mind is maybe that lack of transparency in your job realm and what you do? It's pretty widespread?
I'll stick to soccer. I'll stay out of law for this one because
Okay.
everyone knows that.
Not that side. Not that side.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. The
but
soccer conversation.
within soccer, candidly, I think there's a tremendous amount of dishonesty. I think there's a tremendous amount of manipulation, false advertising. It is rampant. I've seen tryout processes. I've seen player poaching, player recruitment. I've seen the dark side of youth soccer. I've also seen the bright side. And that's a conversation that I don't need to have publicly as to who is doing it the right way versus a deceptive way. But is there deceptive practice within the realm of youth soccer in the United States? It's a clear 100% yes, unequivocally. There's an unbelievable amount of deception. And it's difficult to watch and difficult to be part of, which is really at the heart of our program. That's why we started it. We want to have a completely pure model. The only sort of thing that I will say that is an absolute no-no is I don't want my kid ever part of my program for the rest of my life. I don't care how good he is, because that will pollute the program. So we built it intentionally to make sure that it is in no way, shape, or form going to fall victim to the sorts of things that do happen in negatively formed environments. So, it exists. I could talk about it ad nauseum, but I leave it to you guys.
Alex, if you're a parent that is, doesn't really know a ton about soccer, because, my parents, when I was playing travel soccer, they were all the baseballs and the basketballs or volleyballs, all that stuff. So they didn't really truly know what soccer was. And, when I said I wanted to play and my sister wanted to play, it was kind of a learning curve for all of them. For the parents out there that, have their kids that want to play travel soccer, and how do you try to navigate, what's true, what's not, kind of like what's fake news and what's not?
I'll tell you the best possible outcome you could ever look at is the alumni of a club, what happened to them, and forget soccer, because guys, it's 1% of 1% of 1% where soccer is what happened to them. So what happened to them? Did they go to an Ivy League school? Did they become a doctor? Did they become an attorney? Did they weaponize the skills from youth sports to then get highly effective? Did they start a podcast? Did they become happily married? Those are the things that if you could sort it out and you could go, wow, there is the alumni base of that club. That's great information. So that's one way. The other way is have conversation with 100% neutral third parties. And that's hard to find. I happen to be one of them. I'll be honest, I will not have those conversations. I don't have time. But I will answer your questions, because this is a great way to get it out to scale. And I appreciate the show that you guys have and the platform. It's a great way. So watching your show is a great one. I don't believe either of you owns a youth club. I don't believe either of you charges for tryouts. I don't believe either of you is trying to get anybody to play for any organization, not even mine. Because if I look at mine as an outsider, I would do what I do with everything else. I'd be incredibly skeptical. I go, this is absolutely nonsense. Who on earth is dumb enough to give free soccer away? They're doing this as a play to later charge. And no, we're not. And I will tell you that a million times over. But you probably don't believe me, and that's fine. but try to talk to people that have no skin in the game, and you'll get an honest assessment.
Could be in the sport, could be out of the sport, but now I'm curious because we're talking about it. What are some of your success stories in your position?
My favorite story from coaching ever is taking a kid who had low confidence, instilling in them more confidence, and then watching them weaponize soccer to end up at Yale. I'm not going to say the name because I don't do that
Wow.
kind of a thing, but
Wow.
that is unbelievable. That is a success.
Yeah.
I then built a platform where I had another, whatever you would like to call it, pro-am club. These names are such nonsense in the US. It's the one behind me. This kid played for us and became the number one pick in the MLS draft. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. Did we do it? Absolutely not. What a player. Unbelievable player.
Yeah.
So those are sort of the things where I'm proud to have been part of them. What has Detroit Metro done? We took a player, we brought them in. They were here for 2 months, and now they're playing in Germany professionally. Sweet. Love it. Love it. That's a great early success for us. But what are we really doing that I'm really proud of? We have a player who didn't go through a traditional pathway, didn't play at a major university, played club soccer. I think this kid is a pro through and through. Trying to teach them marketing skills so that they get picked up late in life as a pro because they're good enough, but it's a confidence issue, it's a self-promotion issue, it's a marketing issue, and that is real value that we're trying to add. And they know full stop. First of all, we don't charge them anything, so it's pure, but they know full stop the odds of them becoming the next Jamie Vardy are nearly zero. But this kid comes to everything. He scores a bunch of goals. He loves it, and he's a successful W-2 wage earning part of the corporate world. And I'm so proud of the kid. And I've coached him now for over 10 years. He's worked for my what a kid. So those are the success stories to me. It is not that I tricked some dude that's making $100, a game under the table to come play for me for $110 under the table. And now I've jeopardized actual collegiate eligibility for the rest of it. I'm repulsed by most of soccer. I'll be fair. It really, I know so much and it hurts me so bad. And all I want to do is create an actual meritocracy, an actual one. And I've been working on it for 20 years. And you guys saw it yesterday, maybe for the first time. And I'm sure there's tremendous skepticism because I don't know that it's really been done honestly elsewhere. But we want more honesty within the sport throughout all of the platforms. It would be a tremendous boost to US soccer because right now, as you indicated earlier, there's so many players that are so gifted that just don't get a real chance for whatever reason. And if some dude in Cleveland sees this and goes, oh, that guy's crazy enough that I want to do the same thing in Cleveland, that's a success. If some dude in Novi sees it and wants to start a club next door to us and compete against us, awesome. That's why we have the Merit Cup. We give $10,000 to anybody that can beat us at soccer. Entrance fee, $0. Everything we do is free. Come beat us, step up, raise the level. That's what we're about. And if that offends you, great. Find something that's softer because God knows most of society has gone that way. But we're not. We're raising the level.
Well, Nate, I think you and I should form a soccer team and take on Detroit Metro.
Yeah, let's do it.
Ready?
Let's go.
I
need the money.
Let's go. By the way, last year we lost, and happily. That was the coolest game of the year. We cut a $10,000 check. It was like straight out of semi-pro. It was a fat, big, proper big check. And I hope that the team that won ran to the bank and was like, we better cash this because it's fake. But no, they got paid. We lost.
Well,
oh man,
I'll take you guys on. I'll play for that money.
Ryan, you might have to play in the first game if we don't have enough players. So I'm just letting you know, I might have to be out there too.
NSN versus Detroit Metro soccer game. We'll broadcast it too and everything. But John has to play too. We got to make sure John plays.
Love it.
Oh yeah, bring it back to goalie days.
But obviously, run a little low on time here, Alex. So I like to ask a couple of fun questions. If you could go see a live music performance, whether this artist band is dead or alive, who are you going to go see?
I would like to see Journey.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a great one.
Shout out the Red Wings.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Why Journey?
What's your favorite one? What's your favorite song?
Separate Ways.
Ooh, that was in Stranger
Yep.
Things. That was in Stranger Things.
Okay.
Stranger Things is an
Okay.
electric television program.
Is this?
Unbelievable. I've seen every episode. I can't remember half of them because it's just way too dense. But the '80s vibes, they slap. What a show!
It is. It is.
So JT was saying he's into it too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think his kids were into
got to
it.
get
and
it
he just
started though.
Said he had to
Mhm.
had to watch it.
But
And
we
then last one. What's your go-to? Actually no. So we're currently doing a World Cup countdown right now, and we are we're making a video every day of the top 120 World Cup moments. It starts today because we're 120 days out from the World Cup. What is your favorite World Cup moment that you've witnessed?
Oh, my God, what a question that is. There is a song called Zinedine Zidane. I don't know if you guys have heard it,
I've not.
but it is absolutely electric. It's by this group called Vaudeville Smash. You got to check it out. The Zidane headbutt
Mm-hmm.
is maybe my greatest World Cup memory. And you have to watch the music video to the Zidane song. The song's great, unreal. It's like a blast from the past, just unbelievable memory lane type song. But the music video, like these guys, I like people that something's wrong with them mentally, myself being one of them.
Oh wow.
And Vaudeville Smash is just gotta watch it.
I got something wrong with me too, so we can be friends if you really want. So
I would love to.
Ryan, you got something else? You got something else for
No,
us?
I just saw like the opening photo of like the thumbnail kind of the music video, and you weren't kidding. That's a interesting. Wow, it's an interesting video.
It's amazing what the world puts in your
play that
orbit.
one.
Yeah.
That being one of them. That song is just my kids listen to it. And my kids don't know a single one of those players, man. Like, but they love that song because it's just very well done, but it is an unbelievable song.
Just has to be catchy. Appreciate you dropping by the show today, Alex, though. Appreciate you taking the time out. Also wanted to say this before we say goodbye. Go Blue. And we had fun talking to you. Looking forward to chatting with you
that wasn't
again.
planned, by the way.
Go
I
Blue.
just saw the first shirt I saw.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir. But we appreciate you dropping by.
Thanks,
you,
guys.
Alex.
It's a pleasure. See ya.
Yes, sir. So that was Alex Lubyansky joining us from Detroit Metro. Yeah, man, I loved his talking about the transparency in the sport and trying to create a product that is more transparent, that's more forward, that's